Alright, hello again. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. I figure something we could do, since, you know, we're more or less getting up there in level, is accessories don't really upgrade too much with, like, quest rewards, at least direct quest rewards. So I figure we could come and just buy some relatively cheap accessories that, they're slight upgrades, you know. They're not like the biggest upgrades that we could get, and I bought one more ring that I meant to. But we don't need earrings, and we don't need 2 rings actually, because we've got the Alamegan earrings, which are phenomenal still. So now we just need some bracelets. Let's see, goatskin wristbands, yeah. And that gave us a little more strength. We got about 3 more strength out of that. Not much, but every little bit helps. Now let's go ahead and head on down to the Waking Sands, because we've got more main story to plug. And we're in no danger of falling behind on levels, so shouldn't have to worry too much about dungeons or anything for a while. We'll run into more dungeons as we do the main story too. We're actually out-leveling the main story by about 6 or 7 levels at this point. And in case you forgot, we are on our way to choose our grand company. Now I thought about it all while I was recording the last episode, and I talked to some friends about it. Tried to, you know, reason out which grand company Clyde would pick. And honestly, I think he would pick Twin Adders. Because, I mean, he's worked this hard to get in Gridania's good graces, right? Why screw it up by choosing something else? Not only that, but Gridania is actually the city-state that is closest to Alamigo. Not in appearance or locality or anything, and you know, obviously there's the problem with them rejecting Alamegan males, but they do take in the females, and they're physically very close to Alamigo. I figure, you know, Clyde would want to be on that border because he cares about, you know, what's going on back in the homeland, even if he can't be there right now. So I think I'm gonna have him choose Twin Adders. And as much as I hate their flag and like the weapon glamours that you can get from the other grand companies better, and as much as I think Mirrorweave is hot, your grand company choice doesn't really have you interact with the grand company leader directly very much. So, at least in the current state of the game. So, yeah, might as well go with the Twin Adders. First, let's see, Yishtola's disappeared. Or moved inside, rather. I've heard of your deeds. I'm sparing in my praise, so know that you have truly impressed me. Worm of Midnight of Breath Infernal, for some a legend made flesh, for others an insidious symbol of memory lost. Got some new dialogue. Oh, and people have changed positions. An experienced warrior like Ayaba won't die so easily. He's strong, fast, cunning. He'll come back safe. I must confess, I do rather miss that obnoxious Makote's company. Ayaba is taking part in a joint operation with the Immortal Flames. Imagine he's having the time of his life right now. Still can't talk to these two, but at least she got up off the floor. Still don't wait, no, she got rid of her shoes. Why did she take her shoes off? What gives? Brent's over here now. Darkhead's over here. You've put us all to shame with your recent performance in the field. If I'm to keep up, I dare say I'll need bigger knives. Crunch, 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 crunch. Oh, hello, laddie. Meet Perseverance. We was thick as thieves in the old days, at least I think we was. Or it might have been that he was a right creepy bastard, and I did me best to avoid him. Still, we was both members of the old order, so either way, we're in this together, eh? And he's got a really cool mask on, honestly. I mean, it's just the default Gridania mask, or Momoa mask, but it's got a unique pattern and that jewel in the forehead. I don't think I've ever seen that mask in the game before. He's wearing a green robe. He's an Elysian. Hey look, Ida sitting on a sack. Now it's Ida standing on a sack. There's nothing like a good exposition when you're having trouble sleeping. Those grand companies joined as one to fight the Empire. Okay, so... Well, that's good to know. Let's go make our choice then. I wouldn't call any of them very illuminating, though I did like Mirrorweave's speech the best.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Hey, Kani-sana mentioned them.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies.
Maelstrom and Raban's were.
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity?
I wonder if this cutscene plays out differently if you were a Legacy player.
No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
Whoa there, girlie. I don't think any of them are despots. Also, it's really weird hearing their 2.0 voices.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
But will you ever stop wearing those clocks on your chest?
My lady! We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Now this guy's got some sort of scheme going. Alright, Serpent Officer, do your worst. Looks like we can get a belt upgrade or money. I think the belt upgrade would be okay. Okay, back to Gridania. You talk to the other company dudes after you accept one, they're like, you should have gone with ours. And that's pretty much it. Also, if you wind up not liking your choice, it's not permanent. Like they told you beforehand, you can change it at pretty much any time for a small fee. I think it's like 50,000 gil to sort of prevent new players from like second guessing themselves and immediately switching. But later on, that's like, I wouldn't say it's exactly pocket change, but you know, it's affordable if you want to switch. That guy looks like a doof. Highwind Skies airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in the skies over the East Shroud. Well, at least that makes sense. Okay. Man, that's right outside of a castrum. They barely made it into Eorzean territory. Depending on which Grand Company you choose, it's always right outside whichever city you chose where this crash happens. If it's Maelstrom, it's like in middle... No, not middle. I guess it's in lower Las Nocia or whatever. And then if you're Ul'dah, I think it's over in like... Central Thanalan, but like in the southeast corner or something. It's been a while, so I don't really remember. Here's the airship. It's got some Garleans in front of it. What's interesting is you can walk towards the Garleans to start this event, or you can talk to the golden hazy Rogadin that's on his knees. Either or. Man, the Garleans are a daft lot, and apparently none of them have peripheral vision. So when they turned to look at the antelope, they should have seen our frames. Well, I don't have a uniform because I'm a sexy bitch, so... Hmm. Well, at least Biggs there is cautious. Oh dear, they're gonna execute the engineer. That fool of Lalafell with tiny Bronco, huh? That's a reference. I don't remember which Final Fantasy has the tiny Bronco though. Or is that a Final Fantasy? Is that the airplane that you break in 7 and like can only go over shallows? I think it is. All right, we're gonna directly engage the Garleans. Hey, look! I round out the party. Savages, you cannot stand against the might of the Empire. Oh boy. Kicking dirt at a robot makes it seize up. All right, we did it. Biggs. Star Wars references. Are you sure the Garleans wouldn't have just killed you? I'll remember them. We'll be seeing more of them in the days ahead. And finally, we're gonna go get our Grand Company. You start out as a private and you're able to rank up. And currently you can rank all the way up to being a captain. And basically first you go through enlisted ranks and then you transition into being a second lieutenant or ensign if you're more familiar with naval officer ranks. And then you go through first lieutenant and then up to captain, which is normal lieutenant in naval terms. And we can grab a belt or we can grab money. I'm gonna grab the belt. Because we've been using this little dimpy belt for a while and well, we could use a slight belt upgrade. Woods will be done. I shall drag down our enemies and drink their blood. Well, that does make me sound crazy. I'm gonna go with my life for the Elder Seed Seer, I suppose. Private Wyvern Hide, huh? That's the Gridanian salute. Uldaz is like, you bring your fists to your chest with your elbow out, and Limsa is a traditional salute. Remphilia, huh? Apparently some Twin Adders got her on speed dial. Pray to return to the Waking Sands again, huh? Snake bit. And let's see, what do we got here? My little Chocobo and a pup no longer, huh? Issued a personal Chocobo. Let's see, you used to It used to cost, I think, 2,000 to get the license. Now it costs 200. So if we go and we complete, oh hey, that's a lot of seals. Berkoya Loet Lutalswin? Huh. Okay, so that's easy enough to go complete, right? And it gives a lot of seals, so we might as well. We could also go complete the main story quest, but we might as well get the maximum seals first, as well as go get a couple new aetheryte locations. I guess technically it would be faster to go complete Manphilius quest, go back, get the Chocobo license. But, eh. One less jaunt through the countryside on foot. How about that? We want Tempest Gate. Morby Dry Docks is all the way in the south. And I guess I forgot about it, but we could have taken the ferry from the docks and gone straight there. But, well, I am not a clever man. Plus, you don't have the main storyline doesn't have you come to Lower Lost Nocia very much. I think there's like one set of quests that take place in like the northern section of it a little later on, but the southern section of it doesn't really get used all that much. I think there's maybe like 2 or 3 quests that relate to the main story. Of course, there's like a side dungeon or 2 and a trial that happens eventually. I don't see why we couldn't just take a ferry from Lomensa itself to the Wolf's Den, but they probably just had us come out here to go there because there's so few reasons that the more B dry docks get used, PvP, player versus player, involves duties fought against other players rather than in-game creatures and incorporates an independent battle system. Yeah. PvP in this game's not really that good, but it's alright. There's some nice glamours you can get from it. I don't recall seeing your ugly mug around here before. You say that Huloi sent you? Well, he said he was sent on an adventure, not simpering sea louse. Bah. If I'd known it was your sorry hide I'd be dealing with, I'd spit on your recommendation papers and toss them into the briny deep. But much to my chagrin, you made it here in one piece. So listen up. This place is called the Wolf's Den. But you're no wolf. No, you're the run of the litter, a whimpering, drooling pup who'd be lucky to suckle one drop of your mom's teat before your bigger siblings grabbed you by the neck and tossed you aside to starve like the wretch you are. Stand up straight, maggot. This ain't no place for the faint of heart, and I give you your sorry arse till dawn before you run home with your tail between your legs, crying for your mum. Man, he really started putting me down. But Shazam, we unlocked PvP. How about that? Well, let's go ahead and go on back to Gridania. Then I actually wait. Do we attune? There we go. Wait, what's this quest? Earning your wings. Soft Knocks comes to Wolf Place. Learn Uplanders have many heart thumps for fighty play. Chance for busy deal. The way goblins talk is really funny. PvP never factors into the main story, so it's largely inconsequential, but if you like it, you know, more power to you. There's several different varieties, and this particular one they're showing us now is sort of like I guess a MOBA version. I've never done Rival Wings, actually, so I don't really know too much about it. You take control of the robots, though, eventually, and, like, blow each other up. From what I've heard. Oh yeah, there's a dueling arena here too, so you can do one-on-one duels. But not many classes are really balanced around that, and there's nothing to gain out of them. And that quest is... I'm not going to waste your time with it on a recording, so... Now let's head back to Gridania and get our Chocobo. We also might be able to get a rank up. I don't remember how many seals it takes for the first rank up. But basically, you can acquire Grand Company seals and spend them for either items or rank ups. And it behooves you to get the rank ups. Not anymore, but originally when 2.0 was new and up until like I think up until like Stormblood, it was required that you get to a certain Grand Company rank before you could access part of the main story. So yeah, that was a thing. Almost all these quests that are related to the Grand Company are PvP related, and they've got some of the world lore in them, but largely uninteresting to me. Allegan Ruins, huh? We've got enough to get a serpent harpoon, but it's not an upgrade from what we're currently using, so... We could also get Gridania clothes, but they're kind of lackluster. So let's get our Chocobo license. And see about applying for a promotion, maybe? Oh, nope, we need 2,000. Oh well. We'll have that soon enough. It's not immediately pertinent that you start getting rank ups, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. It gets easier the higher you get too, so. Name my Chocobo, huh? Hmm. 20 characters, huh? How about... Let's go with Palador. A nice little Final Fantasy VI reference up in there. Alright. Now, that's not just access to Chocobos, that's access to all mounts. That's why that quest is important. Here we go with another cutscene about PvP. My brother loves PvP. Personally, I find it to be too chaotic. And ever since they streamlined the skills you use inside of it, it's gotten easier to tolerate, I guess. But you're limited in what you can actually perform. So, and they're always rebalancing it constantly. I just don't like it at all. Well, I wouldn't say at all. It's just, it's hard to get fulfilling, like a fulfilling feeling that you're good at it out of it, because it's entirely dependent on the skill level of your group rather than your your personal skill matters a little bit, like, but it's more how well you work in a group, how well you can sort of like take advantage of, you know, how the other groups aren't working together and stuff. These cutscenes don't really do anything to hype me for it either. This is like the first front lines, I think it's called. It's the 72-man PvP. They used to have a 24-man, I think. It's been so long. And in the 24-man, you know, it's like one full party of, you know, Gridanians, one full party of Maelstrom, one full party of Immortal Flames. You fight each other, you try to take the outposts. Yeah, I think joining a Grand Company is kind of like another spigot. Like, you join it, and then you get all these quests that you didn't have access to before. Man, the Lancer's Guild quest still isn't popping up. Maybe I've forgotten where it's actually at. Oh well. Let's just go back to the Waking Sands for now. We're getting low on time, and I need to show off my Chocobo, and I really have no memory of how long the next set of main storyline quest cutscenes are. We are gonna get told to go back to Gridania, though. That much I do remember. Gonna start looking into some trouble with the Sylphs. I think. And here we are, riding our Chocobo. Basically, well, it might not seem like it, but your mount, it moves, regardless of what type of mount it is, it moves, like, I think 50% faster than a person sprinting. So, in the overworld, sprint becomes nearly obsolete. I say nearly because, you know, depending on how far you have to go, taking the 2 seconds to get on your mount, you know, might be slower than just sprinting the 10 feet or whatever, but I like to speak in general terms, and also think in them. Once you get too hung up on details, you forget sight of what's important. So, that's just my opinion, I guess. Of course, the military instances in Ul'dah wouldn't team up Wait, is this... It's got a different name. He's wearing red. One of his brothers, huh? Got another set of twins? Like triplets or something? Una's got amnesia. Now this dude who was admonishing that chick that wore the wooden feet is admonishing green robe dude. Got a Makote over here. Oh, hey, she's an armor mender now. How about that? You became useful, you weirdo. That's some interesting perspective from them. Arnvald is just straight up like, I ain't interested in that Grant Company bullshit. I do wonder how many people would do it if it was optional. If it was like completely optional, your Chocobo wasn't tied to it or anything, PvP wasn't tied to it, I wonder how many people would actually be like, yeah, I want to get in on Grant Companies. Oh hey, surprise, surprise. Gods, man, spit it out, will you? Where were they located that... Do you ever actually do any fighting though, Minfilia, or do you just stand in the solar all day long? Because I'm pretty sure you just stand in the solar all day long. At least the other scions actually have gone out in the field. Self-management, huh?
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda. who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Seems legit. Got any useful small talk? The answer was no. Let's see, I got about, I don't know, 7 minutes, 8 minutes left on the recording. Let's see if we can at least get out into the Shroud. Whichever section of the Shroud. It's gonna be East Shroud, though. I'm fairly sure. That's where the sylphs make their home. Her boots are really sleek. Friendly as they will appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Cross-cultural faux pas, huh? Gotta be French until the end, huh? Now, was the quest make us actually go to the ferry, or can we just warp? Yeah, we gotta go to the ferry. How dare you? How dare you, game? Oh hey! The quest is there! It's called Eye of the Dragon. Well, we've got a little fork here. We can go do the main storyline quest right now. which will just lead us into more main storyline quests. Or we can do this interesting quest in the Lancers Guild called Eye of the Dragon. I think I will stop here for now, and I'll see you next time. I hope you have a good day. We'll start out with Eye of the Dragon next time, and it's an easy enough quest. We'll get back onto the main storyline after we get it complete. And it will be worthwhile, trust me. So, until next time then, stay safe and have a good day.